Hi everyone, Mountain Grandma here, and this is my entry into the Shindig's party. We are making 6 cheese mac and cheese. I'm showing you 5 of the cheeses here. Some chèvre goat cheese that I made, and I'll share a link to the video where I made that. Gouda, Parmesan, Fontina, and Gorgonzola cheese. And this is 5 of them. There's a 6th cheese I'll share at the end. So we're going to get started with frying some bacon. I've got 6 strips here. You might want more if you guys like a lot of bacon in your mac and cheese. And this is one 8-ounce package of mushrooms that I cut up kind of big and clunky, as you can see from the sizes here, because I want it that way. And as we fry our bacon, once we get that all done, we'll set that aside, and then I'm going to use that bacon grease to fry up some onion. I would suggest adding garlic. I didn't do it this time, but I'd say throw some garlic in. That was about 1/2 of an onion. Add more if you like onion. And then I'm straining it because I don't want it too greasy. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put about 1 tablespoon of butter in the skillet. And we are going to go ahead and drop our mushrooms in there and go ahead and get those guys cooked up. So we've got our bacon cooked and set aside. And our onions cooked and set aside. Now we're doing our mushrooms, and then we'll go ahead and set those aside. And then I'm going to get started on the roux, which you can use 3 tablespoons of butter, and I'm putting in 1/2 cup of flour here. And I'm going to mix this up just to make sure that the flour is cooked well before I start to add in the milk in there. And the milk that I'm going to be adding is actually goat's milk, but I mean, you could use store-bought milk as well. So I'm going to put in 2 cups of milk into this pot that you see here, and 1/2 cup of 1/2 and 1/2. So you'll see me doing that right here. Just kind of mixing that up to make sure it doesn't get too lumpy. You want to have that all mixed up really well. And then once it is all mixed up with the milk, then you'll add in your 1/2 and 1/2 after. And then after you add in your milks, you can go ahead and add in all of your cheeses. And I grated up the hard cheeses. So you'll see that those have all been grated up. Oh, almost forgot. Put your seasonings in there, folks. It won't taste good if you don't have some seasoning. So I put in garlic salt and some garlic pepper. And here's those shredded cheeses I told you about. Went ahead and shredded those guys up. So this is 4 of the cheeses. And then you'll also want to add in your chèvre. If you don't have chèvre, you could use cream cheese. Chèvre is like a cream cheese substitute. And there's that chèvre that I added in there. And I won't bore you with watching me stir here, but went ahead and broke that all up and got it mixed up, and then keep mixing and mixing and mixing until it's nice and creamy. Doesn't that look nice and creamy? Now you're going to add in your noodles. I use 2 different sizes of noodles that you want to cook those ahead of time. Al dente. Don't overcook your noodles because they're going to cook a little more when they're in the oven. So, and also keep in mind, you want to make sure you don't put too many noodles in, because you ever had that dry mac and cheese at, a barbecue or shindig or something, and it's just awful? That's why, because they used way too many noodles. So don't use too many noodles, folks. You want it good. All right, now we're going to start putting stuff in the pans. I'm using 2 pans because these go to the kids' house. So you're going to put your onions on the bottom, and then you'll put your first, part of the mac and cheese. Put some mushrooms down, and then sprinkle some of that gorgonzola if anybody likes it. And keep in mind, gorgonzola tastes like blue cheese. If you don't like blue cheese, don't use gorgonzola. And put your bacon down, and then put another layer of your noodles. And then here's the 6th cheese, Colby Jack. I love Colby Jack, so I used it. And I put some Colby Jack and some of the cooked bacon on there. This is it right out of the oven, guys. It is amazing. And watch how cheesy it is. Oh, and this is going to fog up the camera in 3, 2, 1. There it is. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and you give this recipe a try. See you on the next one. And remember, everybody, keep your joy, folks.